Yo, what's going on, guys? And this is Sportscenter. Welcome to another episode of Sportscenter. Today we're going to have an entire Week 7 recap and talk to some other people. Today we're going to be interviewing Spence to start off the episode to see what he got. But yeah, anyway, this is Sportscenter. Alright, we're back. Let's get on this interview with Spence. Let's see what he's got to say. He's from the Los Angeles Clippers. So, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good today. So I'm here to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers and VBL, see how they're doing, and what you have to say from what do you think they actually are doing for the season. You know, because they've done great.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you really think they can do going to the playoffs? Because it's clear that they have a big advantage. Because obviously they're number 2 in the Western Conference, going with the New Orleans Pelicans and all that. How'd that win feel, though, against the Pelicans?
I mean, that win was great. They had 73 points off of dunks. We ran 5 smalls the whole game. We didn't have any bigs. We were under control for most of the game, and they just kept pressing spacebar. Rotation and I really held it down.
Yep.
On defense it was really tough, but on offense we just kept trading buckets, and that's how we got the dub. So that one just felt really good. I was talking some trash after the game, but it was all it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah. So it was a really good game. They were running a lot of bigs, doing a lot of dunks, but recently VBL obviously added the new dunk spam rule, which means a big can each only dunk 4 times. What do you think that's gonna affect the Pelicans and your team itself with the new dunk spam rule that's added, since that was a big factor?
That really won't affect us at all. We don't really have any dunkers on our team.
Mm-hmm.
The new addition of Rage, RA_GEE, that might affect them a little bit, but probably not. For the Pelicans, I think that's huge. With Honey Dance, with Diamond Posterizer, that's going to be huge. 73 points off of dunks is obviously like that dunk spam rule, 12 each quarter.
Yeah.
It's not a big difference, but 12 each quarter is still a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
yeah, for
8 each quarter, I mean.
Well, yeah. So yeah, that should be pretty big for the Pelicans. A lot of people said, I did a segment last episode on the Pelicans. They had a really good team, and then y'all just finally showed up and got rotation going, and clearly you have a connection going. You guys were blowing cover, just blowing past any defenses. Can you talk about how that connection is between you and rotation, and how that's affecting games? Because it's clearly a game changer.
Definitely is. Our connection, it's really nice. It's nice to have 2 people who can ISO on the same team. Rotation, when we're in the voice chat, he really controls the game. Like, I'm running point guard, but he's the one calling the shots. He's the one making sure everything's under control. He's calling the shots on defense, who's getting who. He's really a game changer. Like, if we didn't have rotation, I don't think we would have got this far without him.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have two ISO players on the same team, because it gets bigs out of the paint, having shooters as well. Frosted J, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And we're gonna wrap up, not really quick, but we're gonna tell you some opinions on some things. Like, what is your opinion on the biggest threat to your team? Because clearly I bet you feel unstoppable. But what do you think is the biggest threat going into now, since you already beat the Pelicans?
I mean, there's really no threat. I think the biggest threat is obviously still the Pelicans with Garden Jacks. We didn't play him last game.
Yeah.
But
he's
Lakers don't seem like a threat. I don't see any threat except
I mean, this is only my opinion, but I wouldn't sleep too hard on the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, they have a huge game coming up tonight for the number 3 seed. But Nuggets have Please Mike and Please Molly, which is another huge duo going in this league. So I would really look for that as well. But yeah, you also made the All-Star game, which was a interesting experience. But so let's just see. Yeah, you think you can make it all the way in the finals, huh? Do you think it's gonna be a challenge in the finals?
If we can get past the Pelicans, then we're taking it home for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think there's not much to say. You're confident in your team, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So good luck to your team, man. You clearly have a amazing squad and everything. So good luck, man.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. See ya. All right, my dudes. That was Spence2k on the interview. Has been a major player going into this, going into the team, and he's been a game changer for the Clippers. And that's what we're gonna talk about a little bit. This is gonna be a little short episode of Sportscenter. There's not a lot to talk about, but let's quickly do a quick recap of course, like we do every game. We have the power rankings for Week 7. We have power rankings for Week 7, which we can go ahead and talk about really quick. The Clippers, of course, went 2-0 this week. They deserve the number 1 spot. Pelicans, number 2. They only had a game that week, but they still are really deserving. Denver Nuggets, huge team, like I said, big duo with Please Molly and everything like that. They have a great team. Indiana Pacers, still a good team to look at. Los Angeles Lakers, and then the Toronto Raptors have been falling apart, and of course the Sixers, who fell down big time. They are not looking too good right now. They need to redeem themselves if they want anything. And the new team, the Brooklyn Nets, owned by myself truly, so that should be a big thing. All teams are very good, obviously. The teams that need to get better, though, in my opinion, are the Raptors and the Sixers. But yeah, I had to get an even balance going into that set Week 7. Obviously, some big wins going into it. I'm just going to highlight some of the big ones. Week 8 already started. We have, obviously, the Clippers beating the Raptors a little closer than people would have thought. And then a huge game, Pacers and Pelicans to end off Week 7. That was a huge game. King MJ got player of the game for the Pacers, but that was only by 3 points. Was a huge and very close game. Then the Lakers are still on a roll, beating the 76ers. And then the Nets, the new Nets, almost beating the Nuggets on their first game. I personally think that was a really good game. And then, the Sixers just got blown out by the Pacers. And then this game was a very good one. This was the dominant win in Los Angeles. It was a battle. It went back and forth until the Clippers finally got the edge and beat them with Spencer rotation taking that W. And the Nuggets getting their statement win against the Raptors. And, of course, the starter, the Clippers beating the Pelicans by a point. Probably the best game in all of VBL. That was a great game. So, that's really all we have to talk about there. I mean, each team looks great. The Nuggets look great, but quickly, let's end the episode and talk about some playoff implications. Alright, so this is when we take a look at standings, which we can't really see from here, but I can say them. So envision them for you. Indiana Pacers are 8-5. The Nets are 2-10. That is a confirmed spot right now. It goes 1-4 and 2-3, right? The higher seed gets the home field advantage. So 2 seed gets home, 3 seed gets away, 1st seed gets home, 4 seed gets away. 1, 4, 2, 3 for both conferences. So far, it's not confirmed, but the Pelicans sealed up the first seed. The Pelicans have for sure. No, they actually haven't. They haven't sealed up the first seed. That can still go to the Clippers, by the way. Let's talk about some playoff scenarios. All right, so the Pelicans just won against the Pacers, right? They're 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, no, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they have played 13 games, right? They just won against the Pacers, right? So there's a huge game with huge playoff implications. The Clippers beat the Raptors, right? So that's already done there. Pelicans versus Clippers on the 28th is gonna be one of the biggest games, because that is basically for the first seed. If Clippers win, they go 10-4, and they take the number 1 seed. And if the Pelicans lose, they go 11. If the Pelicans lose, they go 10-4. So both teams go 10-4 for the number 1 seed there. And then the Lakers and the Nuggets are battling for that number 3 seed tonight, which will be streamed. Make sure you go to the VBO website, and my Twitch is also down below. So this is insane, man. There's so many playoff intentions. So the games to look for are the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets tonight, and the Pelicans versus the Clippers on the 28th, which is way back in the month. And then there's some other things. I think also the Sixers and the Raptors. I think they have a game I don't know if they have a game this thing. They do on the 28th. Sixers, Raptors, another huge game. Week 8 is the biggest one for seeding and stuff like that of who's facing who, because that's the big thing. It's who's facing who, and that's the big thing that you got to look for. So if you're looking for Week 8 matchups, it's going to be an amazing week of BBL basketball. Make sure you invite your friends. Make sure you do everything, because this was a great week. See you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and peace.